One, two, three. One, two. Click. Hey there, guys. We are back with my fourth episode in this sitting. Again, that is why it's all the same. Like the setup for the camera, and not the camera, but just the recording itself. Granted, don't exactly know if or when I'll actually be able to like put it back to the old way we used to record. Just cause just freaking dude. What am I trying to say? OBS just sucks. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, last episode, the fight between Saber and Assassin kept on going. And yeah, things are getting serious. Saber's unleashing her like sword, and I'm like, ooh, things are getting interesting. So now that I have hydrated myself, we shall continue. What the hell is that? What greets me at the Rito Temple is like a typhoon, like sound of wind. That's Saber's there, right? At the top of the steps in front of the temple gates is an armored figure like Saber confronting a figure in a kimono. The wind must be surrounding Saber as the trees on the mountain are creaking as if being pushed by her. Damn, is it even possible to get near her like this? I cannot even open my eyes because of the strong wind. I managed to get to the steps looking down, but the wind gets stronger. No, I can't. Get near Saber. I can see Saber fighting someone way up there, but I can't do anything. No, first of all, if I do make it up there, and all this wind, I'll only be a burden to her. My left hand aches again. The command spell in my hand is throbbing. I don't know what it means, but I can't help it because that image flashes in my head every time it throbs. Man, I'm getting desperate here. I reach out to the steps with my closed eyes. I lie down, trying not to be blown by the wind, and start to move upwards. The wind just gets stronger. Something must be happening above, as even I, an amateur magus, can feel that an enormous amount of magical energy is about to be released. My command spell throbs, it is as if it is warning me about the wind and about something that is going to happen above me. Wait, could this be Saber's magical energy? But then, why is she doing something like this with that wounded body of hers? No, should she be even doing this at all? Saber cannot replenish her magical energy, so she shouldn't be using her magical energy readily. She has to leave the fighting to me and stay as my backup, or her magical energy will run out and... I get up and run up the stairs. This is no time to be crawling. I don't know what Saber is planning to do, but I have to stop her. It must be luck that I avoided it. Something like a dagger flies across right in front of me as I try to run up the temple gate. Who's there? I look towards the trees on the mountain off to the side of the stairs. There's no mistake about it. I didn't know it's because of the strong wind before, but someone else is hiding near here. Don't play around. Don't hide like a coward and come out. I raise my voice. That voice that should have been drowned out by the wind echoes through the area, surprising even me. The wind stopped. I look up at the temple gate. There is a man in a kimono holding a longsword, and Saber's back. Wait. Oh, I thought he was saying like holding a longsword and holding Saber's back, but then I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Stop right there. Stop right there, Saber. Someone is trying to steal a glance at your technique. The man in the kimono says with a faint smile. He is staring into the forest like I am. If we continue, this match will not be between just us. I do not know if this is shameless one. I do not know if the shameless one hiding there is going to attack the winner, or if it is only here to watch. But either way, this is less interesting now. The man says so with disinterest and starts to go up the stairs. Stop! Are you not going to settle this match, assassin? I will settle this match if you come through this gate. I won't allow anyone to step through this gate. But that is unfortunately my only role. I have no intention of stopping you if you are to retreat. Well, that idiot hiding down in the trees is a different story. If someone I do not take a liking to, I would not let them through on my life. I would not let them through on my life, nor would I let them retreat alive. The man called Assassin goes up the stairs. You were manipulated, Saber. Well, the same goes for me, as I did not notice the presence of this person. I could have shown you my full secret techniques if we continued, but we were interrupted at a bad time. It must be fortuitous for you. Saber is hanging her head in regret. The killing intent fades away, not because of Assassin's word, but because Saber herself must know it is a disadvantage to fight. Now, see? Your pickup is here as well. That boy must be your master. Leave before that idiot sneaking a look at us changes his target to him. An assassin disappears. He must have become a spirit, and it must be his demonstration that he will not attack us unless we advance. Saber does not say anything. She just has her back to me as she quietly stands there. Hey, Saber! There's no answer even when I call out to her. I think it's strange, so I start to go up the stairs. What? The armor Saber had on suddenly disappears. The girl in her defenseless blue clothes sways without turning around. I stop with Saber in my arms as she falls back down the stairs. Saber does not move at all. She is unconscious with her eyes closed in pain. Nani? Nani? But she didn't even, use her noble phantasm. How did she, burn up all that energy? Again, I'm just, I guess, cross-comparing, Unlimited Blade Works and how she would potentially have more energy there. But, she wouldn't. I'm finally home. It has taken 2 hours to carry Saber back from Ryoto Temple. There are lots of problems, but we managed to get home safely. I lay Saber down in the hallway. Saber was really light. She only weighed about 40 kilograms, so I wouldn't normally have been this tired. But that's only if the weight isn't moving. I didn't know that it was such a hard task to carry a sleeping human. A girl, too. The fatigue is great, not physically, but mentally. It's because my attention was disrupted by things like her body's... Fuck, dude. Her body's softness, and by having her breathing softly right by me. Why did she suddenly have to... Why did she have to lose that? Why did she have to suddenly lose consciousness? I look at the sleeping Saber. She must not be completely unconscious. She looks like she'll open her eyes if I call out to her. Even though she's sleeping like a corpse. Damn. There are so many things I wanted to say when I left the house. But I can't say anything when she makes a sleeping face like that. Well, I'll bring it up when you wake up, Saber. I murmur. I said a lot more meanly than he meant it. And the instant I reached out to carry Saber again. Well, I don't care. It doesn't concern me what your taste is or what you're doing. For some reason, Tosaka's in the hallway even though it's past 2 in the morning. Tosaka! Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking at me if you... Wait, why are you looking at me if you've seen a ghost? What the freak is that sentence? I don't have any complaints, you can continue. I only got up to tell you I have a drink. No, you're wrong. Completely wrong. Wrong. It's a long story, but I'm only trying to take Saber to her room. Do you understand? Yes, so it seems. Don't lie to me. It sounds like you don't understand. I'm saying I do. Saber went to fight by herself, and you went and stopped her, right? There was some sort of trouble, so Saber came back unconscious. How about that? Yeah. Amazing, you're perfectly right. But how do you know? Of course I can tell. There was the likelihood that Saber would go off to battle by herself. The Master will be informed of that once the battle starts. That's why this development is within the scope of my deduction. I see. That's fine, but... So Tosaka predicted that Saber would go out and fight by herself? So what are you gonna do? Aren't you gonna take Saber back to her room? If you let her sleep here, I'm sure even a servant would catch a cold. So I was about to take her to her room. I was going to carry her, but... it's hard to do so when she's watching. Tosaka, sorry, but can you carry Saber? Me? Well, that's fine. Then you can prepare some tea. I'm curious to hear what happened. Tosaka picks up Saber. I'm uneasy about her being so understanding, but as long as I've asked her to do so, I have to go prepare some tea. Tosaka takes Saber to my room. I am preparing tea in the kitchen. By tea, she must not mean Japanese tea. This place has only English tea and tea bags, though. Well, it can't be helped if we have it. If we don't have it. I decide she can complain if she wants, and I make the tea with a tea bag. Shiro, can I talk to you? Oh, Tosaka's back. Yeah, hold on a moment. I'll be there right away. I put the 2 teacups on a tray and head to the living room. There. Next to Tosaka is Saber. I didn't mean to bump the desk. Changed into her normal clothes. Saber? Why, weren't you asleep? She was, but it's not a long-lasting sleep, and she just woke up. She seems she tried to use a large amount of magical energy at once, and her body shut off. It's like an electrical breaker. The kind of that forces power to be turned off before it shorts out, you know? Saber is quiet as Tosaka explains. Seeing her usual attitude, my complaints return. Saber, do you know what you did? There's no reason I would not know. I proceeded to Rudo Temple and battled the servant assassin. We noticed the presence of a 3rd servant during our battle, so we suspended it. No, I'm not talking about that. What I'm asking is why you fought. That again? It is only natural for a servant to fight. How about you, Shiro? Why are you, Master, telling me not to fight? Well, that's... I unconsciously hesitate to reply. Well, battles are inevitable as long as I've decided to fight as a master. I know I'm contradicting myself by telling Saber not to fight. We were telling her not to fight for a very specific reason. I know, like, subconsciously it's this, but the words that he was speaking to Saber again conveyed something entirely different. I can't, like, let something like that happen again. Then I'd like to ask you instead. It seems that you dislike battles, but do you really expect to survive this Holy Grail war like that? It seems I will only be defeated by other masters if we follow your policy. Of course not. I'll repair dangers that come at me, and I don't intend to get killed helplessly. Completely aside from that, I don't want Saber fighting. No. I don't hate the fighting. I just, it must be much simpler than that. In short, girls can't get hurt. As a guy, I can't let that happen. I want to let you fight. I want to fight you myself. Yeah, that's a fair reaction, ladies. That is. Yep. Yeah. I've been told that this is not really how he feels, and based on this, that's kind of how it's coming off. It's just because of, like, he saw how badly she got hurt fighting for him, and that's just not something he can live with, even though it's, like, kind of her role to do that, and she's better suited for that than he is. So he's using this... Wait, no, this as, like, an excuse for that, and that's very much how it's coming off. Granted, he does say stuff like, you're a girl, why can't you be more obedient? So, I mean... Are you saying you'll not let me fight because I'm a woman? Are you insane? Servants are beings that protect their masters. It is unnatural for us to get hurt. It is natural for us to get hurt as we are being summoned only to fulfill that task. The sex of a servant is of no concern. Beyond that, you are treating me, a warrior, as a woman? Please take those words back, Shiro. Saber comes at me with a glare, but I won't be pushed back by her pressure. What is she saying? That she is a knight before she is a woman? Saying such unreasonable things with that small body of hers that even I can carry. I would never take my words back. It may be true that you're strong, but you're still a girl. Don't get worked up over such an insignificant thing, you idiot. I wasn't expecting Rin to say something about that. Are you not the one getting overworked about over insignificant things? Are you saying that you don't want me to be are you saying that you Are you saying you do not want to be protected by a woman? I could not say that line for the life of me. My body is that of a heroic spirit. Forget about trivial aspects. It's not trivial at all. Jeez, it's not okay for me, even if it's okay for you. It was a mistake from the beginning to have someone fight in my place. I can't allow someone to get hurt. In place of saving me. I should be the one doing the saving. I have been working hard to become a person who can help others, like my father, so... Damn, listen, just don't fight, Saber. It's the guy's role to fight, so I'll be doing the fighting. You shouldn't have any complaints about that, because I'm saying we'll fight as you wish. What? You are absurd. Do you think a human can match a servant? You should already know you are no match for the servants. Please recall what happened when you were attacked by Lancer. You would have certainly been killed if I had not appeared. It will be the same again against any servant. You won't know unless we try. I was just unprepared that time. Now we can prepare as much as possible, so I might be able to at least get a sneak attack on them. Ridiculous. A shield prepared by you would be no better than paper. What? That's a horrible thing to say, Saber. It's kind of justified in this situation. You are the one insulting the servants. You are conceited thinking that you can defeat our heroic spirit as a mere human. Saber and I glare at each other. It's no use. It looks this conversation is going nowhere. Oh, okay. It looks like this conversation is going nowhere with no compromise in sight. You're wrong, Saber. Shiro isn't insulting the servants. I'm interrupting because this conversation won't go anywhere if you misunderstand that. Rin? What do you mean by that? Well, in short, he just doesn't want you to get hurt. I don't know why, but Shiro's full of devotion to others. Right? Saber's more important to you than you are, right? Saber's more important to you than you are, right? Tosaka looks at me. That's not true. I didn't say Saber was important to me. That's a lie. You couldn't say you'd fight yourself. You couldn't say you'd fight yourself unless you thought so. Because you already know you can't beat a servant yourself, right? But saying you'll fight in spite of that means that Saber is more important than you. Well, it's like that if she says so, but... That's why you fight, even though it's absurd to do so. You try to win even if you realize you have no chance of winning. You don't really care if you die in the process. Because for you, though I don't know why, other people are more important than yourself. No, I didn't mean that at all. That's why you should understand, Saber. He's an idiot who will protect you against that berserker. That's why he's saying seriously that I'll fight. I don't know how much of Tosaka's explanation Saber understood, but Saber takes a deep breath and looks at me. Shiro. What, Saber? I will approve of you fighting, but if that's the case, I have something else in mind as well. So what? Sword training. I will teach you as much swordsmanship as is possible in the time allowed. I will teach you as much swordsmanship as is possible in the time allowed. If you will accept that, I'll accept your opinion as well. What? Does that mean she will train me in swordsmanship? Because she allows me to fight from now on. Hold on. That's excess weight on your mind, Saber. Teaching Shiro swordsmanship? Cut it out. There's no way you can match a servant with something like that. That is true, but it'd be better than not knowing. You should at least reduce hesitation in battle. You can only gamble on Shiro's determination after all. After that, but that is how real battles are anyway. There's nothing one can obtain if they are not fit for it. Well, you're right when you put it like that. Readiness to fight won't come unless you do so at least once. Yes, so once. No, not once, but as many times as time allows. I would like for Shiro to experience death in battle and become familiar with fighting. The two talk dangerously. Hold on, I didn't say I would. Then I guess I'll teach him about magic. If Saber's going to train his body, I'll train his knowledge. Well, that was the initial promise anyway, so I guess I'll start proper training for him tomorrow. Please, if you do that, I can concentrate on the swords myself. It's fine. Then, since we're decided, let's break up for tonight. It looks like we're going to be busy tomorrow. Tosaka waves goodbye and disappears into the outbuilding. I will be resting as well. You should rest also, Shiro. I'll have you train in the dojo tomorrow. She gives a small bow and goes back to her room. In the living room are untouched teas and myself standing there dumbfounded. So, I never said I would. The words I murmur are ignored. Well, the already confusing situation looks like it will get even stranger. I can't even guess what will happen tomorrow. I'll sleep. I'll have to save my energy at least. Everything starts from my body. Well, you could say that I can only rely on the hope that if my body is well prepared, I can overcome any hardships. How long does this go for? I don't remember what day we start on. Did we start on 2-1? That would make things a lot easier to keep track of, because I think the game only goes over the course of 2 weeks. So that would mean that we're nearing, like, the halfway point, essentially. But, yeah, with that said, I think I want to end the episode there. Him training, like, sword stuff and magic, I guess, is interesting. I mean, on Unlimited Blade Works, I've already seen him, like, do a little bit of sword training. Haven't really seen him train with Tosaka and magic. So I'm kind of curious to see, like, if he'll actually learn anything. Low-key, kind of doubt it. I don't have the highest hopes for Shiro's ability to do magic, but that's just me. But, yeah. I just had a strange thought, though. I legitimately thought that when Tosaka came back, she was gonna be like, "Yo, it's time to go sexy up your servant," and I was getting ready, like, "All right, well, I guess here's a huge portion we're gonna have to cut out of the video," but then that didn't happen. So since we're like so far into this game, I'm legitimately curious about like when that actually starts, and how much I'll have to cut out. Hopefully, it isn't like too often. I feel like once we get to Heaven's Feel, it'll be more often, just because of like how often it happened in those movies. So I'll have to do a lot of cutting out. But yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys. I know that was a strange way to end it, but it is what it is. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.